Hi there, Chris. So thanks for joining us at the meeting today. You made a great point there about sort of using military terminology in business, or at least one particular aspect, and how you sort of think about the challenges that businesses face and sort of how predictable they can be. So I just wondered if you could kind of explain that to us.
Yeah, there's a military term that's been coined recently in the business world called VUCA, which stands for volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. And it's kind of an acceptance that's the landscape that we're operating in now. And so some of the previous kind of ways of navigating business aren't necessarily relevant, and therefore we shouldn't be afraid of uncertainty and look to navigate it in slightly different ways to which we would have done over the years, prior with sort of management consultancy and business management theory.
Yeah, and so we're talking a lot about learning today. I mean, how can you learn with that in mind? I mean, is there any way to perhaps learn quickly if something happens, or to prepare for those kind of events?
I think the key really is pulling from all kind of sources of information really that are available. Such as the access to information now for everyone. It's literally at our fingertips. The big leveler for me, though, across all of that, is trust and ensuring that you're pulling from trusted sources. There's a sea of content out there and a sea of ideas. It's the ability to pick out the ones that resonate with your particular situation and apply them, and not be afraid to learn by your mistakes.
Great, and just one final point. I mean, you mentioned trust there, and we heard a lot about the importance of peer-to-peer learning. How does that sort of play in your own sort of education and the way you try to build your business?
Everything I do is social, so we need to realise that we're hardwired to be social animals. That's why we're the dominant species on the planet. We wouldn't have done it by acting in isolation. So there are chemicals that are released in our brain that reinforce selfish behaviour and selfless behaviour, and the matching of those two chemicals, or the blend of those two chemicals, is where we come together and collaborate with purpose. So I'm a huge advocate of social learning.
Great. Thanks so much for your time there, Chris.
Pleasure.